Hey there, fellow pirates and illegal salvagers. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, episode 10, A Little Run-In with the Law. Okay, so we have an airlock, but it's tiny. It's a 1x3. And then this is the rest of the ship. The other thing is the floor here, I'm going to change. I want the standard Ryoka floor everywhere, unless it makes sense not to have it. Which means I'm going to be doing a little bit of re-gutting because there's like different things on my own ship that look essentially wrong as well. Just because it, you know, I'll be redoing a whole lot of stuff. I'm also probably going to need to change, or definitely going to need to change where my nav console is. From a design standpoint, having your nav console be somewhat near the center of your ship is probably most ideal, so that you're always close to it. Because if it's in one corner of your ship, and you're about to, like, run into something, it's dangerous. So I like to design ships that have nav consoles near the center. Now, with that said, I might not be doing the nav console redesign this right now, because I'm just trying to expand cargo. That's my primary goal. So now I'm auto-tasking putting the floors in, and I'm going to make it a little bit more boxy around here. Oh, I guess there's just random trash. Did something break? No, the thruster didn't break. I don't know why there's just random trash out here. Alright, some more hull, floors, install. And I think that's now symmetrical. No, don't repair, build. There we go. And I'll definitely have it be wider than this. I'm just doing a little bit at a time. Alright, next up. Install. So we do have thrusters here. And I don't want to interrupt the thruster block. How much longer is my license valid for? That's not my license. I thought it was this one. Wait, what? My license validation is bugged? I have no idea, to answer your question. How many more floors do I have? Plenty. 5, 12. Okay. Install. Floors. So what's going to end up happening as I build this out is the maneuverability of my own ship is going to suffer as a consequence of adding a bunch of mass without removing weight. Oh, is this lightweight? Yeah, so this is the lightweight framework that I was talking about before. It looks like this. I'm not going to bother with the lightweight framework. There's not enough tiles for me to think it's worth it. All right, so let's go ahead and uninstall some more floors here. and listen to the lovely sound of a dying ship. Sounds haunted to me. Where are we running off? That was weird. You find yourself mulling over the memory again. Stretching it out like an aching muscle, returning to a pain you've grown fond of, because it is, at least, familiar. Or at the very least, familiar. It was one of your shortest relationships. Perhaps, for that very reason, it is one that endures. The one you miss in the quiet moments. It's a sense of memories that remain mostly. The sound of their laugh, the softness of their forearm beneath your thumb, the scent of them between the ear and nape of their neck. So this is just like reminiscing, because I desire intimacy. Yeah, I'm in the giant black void of space, so, you know, you'd think of something warm. I get it. But I got work to do, so... Mr. Garrison. Shush. Alright, I think I'm going to go one more wide, and then that will be good for now. And they'll take a new task. So after we install the floors, we'll need to redo the walls and the conduit. And then we'll be done with this task. And I'll pull you about what comes next. Pulls up. Put 5 minutes on there. Alright, so all the extra flooring I can keep because it will go very neatly in the storage bins, which I've yet to install. But once we have the bins, I'll be able to install them, and that'll be pretty handy. I'm putting some of the exterior lights on. Lights aren't super power intensive, so having some extra outside lights is kind of nice. So the next task is to batch uninstall the walls and conduit. So what I'm going to do is order uninstall wall and conduit from here to here. And I was missing a floor there, apparently. But that's one of the reasons to keep extra floors. Alright. And we'll do the same on the other side. Orders. Uninstall floor and conduit. Or here. This will mess with my alarms and chargers, because they're using the conduit, obviously, but they're going to move. Clearly. It's also worth noting that if you're taking a project like this, it's really important to tend to your physical needs before you start. Because I don't have anywhere at the moment that I could, like, take off my helmet for food or water. So make sure that you've fulfilled your physical needs well before you you embark on, like, a large construction project where you're venting out a giant section of your base. Alright, next, install. Let's do the walls first. And then we'll do the conduit. So as you can see, this whole area is going to be nice and boxy, but it will be able to contain a pretty decent amount of salvage. I've added, what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 18, 36. I would say 40 tiles at least of potential space. All right, the other side. So Dolly, you still have plenty of walls. Good. So let's pick it up. Do install wall here. So I see your the priority that is currently leading is installing a crew quarter for the potential of another crew. I mean, I do have a shy character, so maybe that's not a good idea, but at least a decent place for us to sleep. One thing that I would say about that is having your sleeping quarters pressurized and internal to your ship. That doesn't depend on the depend on the rest of your ship is kind of important. I'll explain why. And it's because if you are trying to do a transfer burn, if you're doing like a big maneuver out in space, and you only have one wall between you and the vacuum of space, it only takes one wall to murder you. But if you have a sleeping quarter that is physically... How can I not... Oh, because the airlock is not powered? Right, open. Are we out of battery power? No, I'm not out of battery power. It's not wired. That's right. So if I'm designing a crew quarter, what I want to be doing is I want to be designing in such a way where I don't have to worry about like suffocating in my sleep. That's sort of the point of that spiel. And that seemed to be the popular option. Got it. All right, so the last part of this is to install conduit, and then I'll come up with how I want the crew quarter to look like in just a second. So install, power, or hull. I guess it's power. Albright conduit. Okay, that side is done. I don't know if I'm going to have enough conduit for both sides. Where'd my other conduit go? So, knowing that, orders, uninstall, conduit here. And I don't want the jump conduit, so I'm going to be picky about the conduit I take. I want all the same conduit, all the same walls, all the same floors. Just because it makes it a lot easier to maintain, storing spare parts. Visually, it's just easier on the eyes. There we go. It's weird that I'd randomly keep doing like repair jobs. There is a priority for roster for your orders or tasks rather of what you work on. I don't really care. Ultimately, repairing and restoring, it's all benefiting the ship in the long run, and it's like seconds of difference. All right, so that's done. So now we have, if we take a look at our electrical grid. As you can see, it's fully perimeter walled up. It is, however, lacking lights, because I hadn't actually put this back. Put a light in here. And a light in here. Cool. So we have a much larger ship than we had before, which is going to be pretty useful. All right, my next task is to build a crew quarter. And that's honestly going to be a little bit trickier. Because I really don't have a lot of space in this ship. So, like, I just don't have a nice place to put a crew quarter, but I can work on that, obviously. So what I want to do is I want to, let's get all of the wall segments and dolly them up. Because I want as little clutter on the ship as possible. So that I have a cleaner slate to work with. Maybe not a clean slate. That might be too big of a task. Drop the dolly. I also haven't replaced the life support yet, so I don't have like aux pumps or anything like that. But I don't need them at the moment, so I'm not going to worry about that. All right. In terms of battery chargers, I do like to put the battery chargers very, very close to the airlock, and the reason for that is if you run out of power, having very close access to the airlock is really nice. So that you can replace your batteries without having to run around your ship. There we go. We have the Weber and the Gott on either side. N2 alarm. I'll just drop here. And then the CO2 alarm, I will drop symmetrically on the other side. Are we going to get an officially rated crew quarter? So yeah, let me talk about that for a second. Here is a list of the potential rooms that you can have on your ship. And, if you want an officially rated room, you need to fulfill the requirements that you see there. So, I would actually prefer to work towards an official rating. It's going to increase the value of our ship, and it's just a nice thing to do. Which means that if we want a crew quarter, like a basic quarter, needs a bed, a storage bin, and a light. And it may not contain a toilet, a reactor, or a canister. That's pretty simple. Luxury quarters requires a certain size requirement of 12 open spaces, and it also needs 2 storage bins. And that wouldn't be terrible to have. The big thing about this is whenever something is in a certain room. So at the moment, our entire ship is essentially one airlock and an open bridge, which has a value modifier of 1.3, which means anything installed in it will be valued 30% more expensively. If we had a luxury quarter, anything installed in a luxury quarter is valued at ×2. So that means if you're working towards official rooms, you are making your ship more valuable, which sounds good, but it also means you're attracting pirates. You are going to be a target for attacking pirates, which sounds bad. I don't mind pirates though, so I'm going to go for a luxury quarter right off the bat, because doing a basic quarter and then trying to make it a luxury quarter later on is way more annoying. And the reason for that is it will mean that you'll have to like redesign it again. And I don't want to have to redesign it twice. All right. What I'm going to do here is move some of these thruster assemblers, because I've come to realize I'm going to need more space for all the stuff that you guys just tasked me with. And sorry about the, like, constant alarm noises. I'd silence them all, but, I'm not gonna bother. How do I feel about 2 doors to cargo? I don't know. I'm going to be doing it how I want to do it. I'm not taking input about it. So I have no feelings one way or another, in other words. Also, I would like to incorporate the bays in some place. Is there any difference with the functionality of the thrusters? No, not really. Thrusters are thrusters. Doesn't really matter where you put them. I would like to have a light in my airlock, though. That'd be nice. So, some other things I'm going to do. Dolly, let's drop you there. No, drop you over. I'm going to have to move some things around. Being stubborn. There we go. I want to rip out all of this, like, weird custom flooring, because I don't want it. So, orders. Uninstall floors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cheers! Alright, let's, I'm gonna toss all this on the Dauntless, because I don't want it. And we'll replace that with, basic vanilla flooring. Luckily, for me, the Dauntless has tons of extra stuff, so it's really not much of a problem. So, 11 floors. I'll grab 15. So what I'm intending to do is to make this section of the ship wider. The only issue that I foresee running into is you can't really move your transponder. Uninstalling a transponder runs a massive risk of breaking it. Basically, you're near guaranteed to break your transponder when you move it. So that is my only hang-up or hesitation, is I'm likely to break my transponder when redesigning. And then, as soon as I do, we're not running legally. Because I will, I'll have a ship that can't be identified. Which, I could live with. I mean, I could pay the fines. If that's indeed what we end up doing. Because I don't want to be constrained by a transponder if it only costs like 15k of fines to move it around. Or I could do the transponder after I've docked with K-Leg, as long as it doesn't require like a wall to be installed there or something like that. Alright, so we have another batch of flooring. Let's bring it down here. Let's go ahead and move these thrusters as well. Can you buy another transponder? You can, from the shipbroker. For roughly $23,000. So you can, but it's, not free. So I mentioned that shy is a detriment for getting crew. It means that my character is going to be unhappy being around strangers. It's like a morale issue. Okay. Let's go ahead with a batch floor install. As you can see, this is a project, guys. You voted for this, but let's do it. Getting a lot more room. I'm also going to remove these sections here. And then I might even make the cargo area wider. We're going from like medium to large, for sure. Oh, we just got scammed by the po-po. So, let's see what they want to say. We are linked, registered, and I think paid up. Oh my god, the alarms. Undock your vessel, stand off, and prepare to be boarded. Okay, fine. God, police. My license is like bugged, so I don't even know if it's valid. Probably isn't, meaning we're probably going to get fined. Alright. Relative velocity is good. Let's hit K to match speed. And, I guess we're chilling here for a minute. Thanks, police. Is the valid license somewhere on the ground? It's a good question. I do have a permit here. This is not valid anymore. It expired earlier today. Alright, let's check in with the nav and see when they're going to be boarding. Yep, here comes the NASA patrol. I'm going to save just in case, because sometimes they like crash into you and kind of murder you, and I wouldn't want my first death to not be my fault. Yeah. Well, while they do that, doesn't necessarily mean I have to stop my work. So, let's keep working. Yeah, I know. Proximity. Yeah. They're boarding me. Okay. Grant Glass asks me if they know why I've been boarded. Let's try to steer towards a minor infraction. They don't care how busted the ship is. Alright, fair enough. Why were we boarded? We docked for salvage. Confirmed that we're performing an illegal salvage and fines me 15,000. Alright. Paying the fine. Goon. Project, nope. Can you not hit me while you're leaving, you frickin' psychopath? Pig. He crashed into me. What a jerk. No! Just stop. Dart. Once is enough, man. You don't need to plow me. I'm not a prostitute. Go away. Alright, clearly I need to get behind the comms. Okay, what? Okay, he killed me. He's like busting my ship now. So I might need to save scum because he is ramming me over and over. He like broke my suit. Yeah, he broke my suit. Cops here in this game are a bit on the dumb side, if I do say so myself. A pretense for murder? Yeah, like more or less. Random back in return. The thing is, two ships that are cannot fly means that I die and he dies. It's mutually assured destruction. So ramming him back isn't going to solve anything. What I should have done is, the moment he disembarked, been at the nav and like flew away from him. Cause, this is a known issue. They don't really pilot all that well. So he knocked me off my feet twice, and then the third hit like broke my suit. Basically, he knocked me so hard he flung me into the wall. The NAS patrol, they're basically jackboot thugs. So we'll just go through this shebang again. And I'll be ready to run the hell away from him the moment, actually, you know what? Let's not uninstall the conduit behind our, nav for that reason. Because then I can't fly away. Oh, can you for freaking God just stop ramming me, man? What a moron. What the hell? What did you do to— I have to load again. He like hit me so hard I'm moving 6 kilometers a second out of the boneyard. Cause, the dude's drunk. He's driving drunk. I like, just stop with your paddy wagon nonsense. I'm just a citizen. Well, okay, I'm not even a citizen. I'm just an illegal on K-Leg with a 2-hour or whatever expired salvage license, and you're trying to murder me with ballistic trajectory nonsense. What I should do is, I'll hop on my nav console and make more room for the NAS patrol. I'm so close to the Dauntless that it might be like a docking issue. So, let's try to resolve this nice. Yeah, so the NAS patrol is like bumping into the Dauntless. That's exactly what's happening. So what I'm doing now is I'm matching speed with the cop. So he's like less likely to murder me. Which match speed is a little funny when he's actually approaching me. Because then I'm like actively backing up. Wow, my relative velocity went. Oh god, are you gonna hit me? Yeah, you're gonna hit me. You're gonna hit me. You're gonna hit me. There's no way you're not gonna hit me. Nope, you docked. Okay, you did not kill me. Thanks. That was different. All right, dude. And here's the cop's vessel. Very high-priced. Alright, he's questioning me. I am going to say, I don't know why you docked me. You know, it just... Alright, fine. I'll pay it. Now, just don't kill me on your way out. Alright, order off ship. Get the hell out. Go away. Wow. Can I please sit? Okay. I am trying to pull away. Here, let me just do a high G burn. away from the NAS patrol so they can't ram me and then blame me for the damages. Regardless, trying to match speed with him because he was accelerating towards me threw me really far away from the Dauntless. Okay, my relative velocity from me to the Dauntless is no longer ridiculous. With that said, I did just get fined big time. So boom, I just paid the Port Authorities 15 grand. And this is why having a valid license at all times is like smart, because if you don't, you know, oof. Which means my old licenses, so I don't get them confused, jettisoning to space. They might have had resale value on the black market, but I don't care. At this point, I'm not really salvaging anything, so I'm just going to continue my work, and then I'll get a new license. Oh, why am I in proximity alarm? What is going on? I should not be having prox alarms. Oh, freaking patrol! Go away from me, dude! You've caused enough trouble. For freaking real. You've caused enough trouble. Just get the hell away from me, you psychopath. Alright, I have basically no relative velocity to the Dauntless, so I won't crash into it. So let's continue our installation project. Oh my god, what a lunatic that guy is. Alright, so another thing I wanted to do is let's pick up the bays and install them. So if we wanted to bay, like, let's say here, I'm going to remove the antennas. And for now, I'm just going to, I thought I said pick up. Oh, I am holding it. I'm going to put both antennas on the back of our ship, just because they're more likely to stay there for longer. So yeah, I was fine because I was docked with Dauntless. Had I disembarked from Dauntless, maybe it wouldn't have been an issue. It depends on the situation. But it's just nature doing business with the security sec thugs. It's just how they are. Think of it as by game design. Alright, install hull floor. Actually, you know what? I don't want to do it there. I want it here. So we'll be putting the bay in there. And one could imagine I probably don't have enough floorboards or walls to finish this. So I'm going to need the I'm going to need to pressurize my cabin and redock for a valid salvage license with K-Leg before I really go any further. Plus, dude needs to poo. So nature calls too. So there's one bay. And then the other bay will go over yonder. Want to have more flooring. So this came out 4 tiles. So what I'll do is I'll try to I'll set up the installation queue, knowing that I don't really have the materials for it. It's a 2x3, yeah? Yeah. Install. So that is the same on both sides. So I'll just auto-task some of these, but I definitely won't have the floors for it until we get back to the Dauntless, but I want to do that illegally because I don't want to keep paying $15,000 fines over and over and over. That sounds unfun. Why aren't you installing? Do I need to change your priorities? There we go. Now installing. So we'll do as many floors as we can until we run out of floors, and then I'll do some walls until we run out of walls, and really what, alright, so I'm out now of floors. Alright, so the other thing I wanted to do is pressurize my cabin, because if we're docking with K-Leg, I don't want to, like, depressurize K-Leg for funsies. Like, that doesn't sound fun to me. So these are temporary pumping setups. This is not where they're gonna, forever be installed. This is just a quick makeshift temporary setup. Just to get the air flowing again. Alright, this pump will be set up to nitrogen, which already seems to be the case. Auto. And this one should be oxygen auto. Yep. So now the annoying alarms that you've been listening to forever and a day will go away. Because the cabin is becoming breathable again. Weber laser. Let's put the battery in for charge. And then my gut, put the battery in for charge. Because there's really not a lot of work left to do before we get back to base. Helmet can finally come off. It's not fully pressurized, but it's like close enough. Alright, back to K-Leg. I might hit the Dauntless on the way there. I need to make sure I don't. So one thing, right now my target is K-Leg. But if I click on the Dauntless, I can see what my bearing is to Dauntless to see if I'm likely to hit it. So I'm 5 degrees off from hitting Dauntless, so I probably won't hit it. Famous last words. But just in case, I'll only move it 100. You know what? I want to keep restoring the floor here. Oh, right. They auto put the helmet on. It freaked me out for a second because I'm not used to that. Because it didn't used to be automatically installing helmets. Or putting on your helmet when you leave. That was a nice bit of AI that they updated since I last played. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow ship salvagers.